guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've brought a special guest with me.
I know, I'm very special. I'm kidding.
So this is my friend Sophie. As you have seen her comment on so many of my videos.
I'm her #1 fan,
And I decided that today will be the best day for us to share about some secondary school tips so that y'all can survive.
barely made it through the 4 years.
Okay, for context, she has been my classmate for the past 2 years. She has taken the exact same subject combination as me and the exact same CCA.
Yeah.
We're
We're even both in council, right? Yeah.
Oh, we were both in student council also. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So that's a little bit of context. So basically we have lived almost the same lives for the past 2 years. But nevertheless, we shall begin by telling you what is going to happen in this video. So first of all, we'll be talking about academic stuff and after that we'll be talking about tuition, extracurriculars like CCA and other enrichment programs, managing burnout, and lastly self-care/student hygiene. So first of all, we'll be talking about academics, and top of the list we have English. I think English is very important because when you do your L1 R5 or L1 R4, if you don't take higher mother tongue, you're gonna have to rely on English.
Yeah.
Or if you suck at your higher mother tongue, then what are you gonna do? You have to go for English.
I feel like English, the best way you can practice is mostly reading, or just doing papers and having your teacher mark it, tell you comments and everything, how to improve. I mean, that's usually what I did.
Yeah. I mean, it would be best if you had a background of reading books like both of us. But if you don't, it's fine. You just have to compile a list of vocabulary because that's usually the main thing you take away from books. If you're not too late, in your secondary school years, I would suggest that you start reading something. Yeah. Even the manga and webtoons, they might have something to give you, but all in all, I think it's best for you to read actual books. It doesn't have to be anything non-fiction. It has to be something that is material,
As long as you like it, it should be fine.
Yeah, most of the time.
That's basically it for the vocab aspects of English. Now I'm gonna talk about how you plan for oral and essay. So what I like to do is I take these past year oral/essay topics and you plan for them regularly, not even near your exam, just plan for them every single week or something, because over time you will build a skill of planning in a short time and also getting ideas in your brain to come out in a short time as well. And by the time your exams roll over, you have a lot to revise.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Next subject we're going to talk about is E-Math. And honestly, this is the most confusing subject that I've ever seen in my life because first of all, it's so easy, but at the same time, it's
Not easy for you to score well.
Yeah.
explain.
It's you can do well to the average. Most people just do to the average point, and to do well and to go beyond what other people do that's the hard part, because you need to get those really out of the box questions that you can only practice. You can only keep trying.
Yeah, it's so unfair because the typical range for you to get an A1 is 75% for most subjects, and of course there'll be moderation, so it might go up or down a bit, but for E-Math it's it goes up a whole 10% sometimes,
It was it was 90% for us, right? Was it
90% probably.
Probably.
I'm not sure, but that already tells you that the moderation bell curve, whatever, is really high, and you have to be able to score close to full marks if you want to secure your A1. Otherwise, you might have to just settle for an A2 because that's how competitive the E-Math moderation is. So our advice is to just literally practice everything, get used to all the question types, and try to score close to full marks as much as you can. That's basically it for E-Math. The next subject is not compulsory for so many people, but in our school it's compulsory for all the express students. It is A-Math.
Oh god.
A-Math is a subject where you really need to have your foundation set. But if you have a teacher that emphasizes a little too much on
Filing.
you might not be able to have your foundations set in place. And that's okay because you can study by yourself.
Yeah. Who needs teachers?
Who needs teachers? Yeah.
Do it yourself. Yeah. Hard work.
The reason why I say the foundations are really important is because in A-math there are a lot of like creative questions, creative thinking that you need to apply into those questions. Like they merge binomial theorem with trigo. How do they do that?
I don't know. I don't even remember what you're talking about.
Oh. Oh yeah, they merge differentiation or integration with trigo. That's one of the more common examples we see. And if you are not confident in your basics, you are never gonna get that answer right. So please focus on the basics.
Yeah.
And after that, you can go on to doing papers.
You should do basics because you can't do anything else without them. It's like compared to E-maths, which is more like puzzle solving. A-maths is more of like applying the basic in like a difficult setting and like using different things and then putting them together, that kind of thing.
Next subject is the dreaded mother tongue.
How is it dreaded? I quite like mother tongue.
Actually, I really like mother
Sophie.
tongue.
Okay, Sophie. For the most of us, mother tongue is a dreaded subject. Apart from
This woman.
who likes it, okay? I have not enjoyed my mother tongue experience at all, okay? I take Tamil and she takes Chinese, like Express Chinese. When I was a secondary 1 student, my batch for Express Tamil students was really small because most of them went to higher Tamil. Like there was only 7 people, okay? And in those lower secondary years, I struggled like hell because I had no idea what was going on, but everyone else knew what was going on. And some more there was this like a girl who was from NA stream and she was so good in Tamil that she was able to take Express Tamil to SBB. So you can imagine how left out I feel because of my lack of knowledge in the Tamil language. Yeah, so those 2 years were definitely not a breeze. Round came secondary 3 and it turns out that 5 out of 7 people would be moving up to higher mother tongue, while the 2 of us, the other being the girl that took Express Tamil through SBB. But since she was from the NA stream, for some random reason we could not be in a class together, so she had to be in a class of her own to learn Express Tamil. That meant I was alone.
Yeah.
So when I first heard about it, I was like, what? Is this even allowed? Am I allowed to have like this type of class? It's like literally 1-to-1 tuition. It was scary at first, but eventually I realized that it was quite good for me because even though I really suck at Tamil, like I'm literally from a family that does not speak Tamil at all and I'm forced to take Tamil. It was difficult, but eventually in my upper secondary years, I managed to improve because my teacher could cater lessons to me specifically. That's like a really good thing because I had specific needs. Like I was struggling in basic sentence structure sometimes. So because she was able to cater lessons to me, I was able to improve and eventually score B3. I know that doesn't sound that good, but like at the same time, I was struggling so hard not to fail. From going to a just pass to a B3 is like a really high jump for me and I'm very proud of that. And through my experience, I just want to share the importance of actually going and consulting with your teachers because sometimes this 1-to-1 time is actually like fruitful.
Alright, my turn. I take Chinese because I'm Chinese. Because Sec 1, Sec 2, I would usually get like pretty high scores. So they offered me to go higher mother tongue. I just want to say like don't feel pressured to go higher mother tongue just because you get the offer. Because like a lot of people keep asking me like, why didn't you go higher mother tongue? Why didn't you go higher mother tongue? You can do a higher mother tongue. Yeah, I mean, yes, that's true. And then like it will also give you the benefit where in JC you don't have to take mother tongue anymore. But for me, I would rather take 1 more year of mother tongue in JC because I felt like the stress was like too immense if I had to do like higher mother tongue alongside with like express mother tongue. I thought that was really stressful and like I already was like struggling to cope with the subjects that I had, so I was just like, never mind, I'm not gonna take it. Like even though everybody was like, why didn't you take it? My opinion, my choice, so just whatever. And like for mother tongue, I feel like if you want to study it, usually I would recommend speaking it with your family because like I come from a family where my father's like literally from China, so technically I do speak a lot of Chinese at home, so I kind of had that kind of head start to begin with. But like even if you don't really speak your mother tongue at home, I highly suggest like reading or like writing it in your language. It would definitely it's just to improve in a language, simply you just need to use it as much as possible, or you'll never learn. Basically, if you keep trying to translate it back to like English, for example, it's gonna be really difficult. It's much easier to just keep like reading it, watching it, and everything. That's what I recommend, anyways. Yeah.
Yay! Next come the sciences, which we are coincidentally not good at. We are literally the same person but different fonts, because both of us, we excel in our English and humanities, and we absolutely are dog shit at science.
Oh my god, yes. Failing throughout, like failing science since Sec 1. I'm like, it was a struggle. I mean, I ended up improving obviously, but like since Sec 1 it was like a struggle.
Yeah, since we improved, I think we are a teensy bit qualified to give advice right now. Yeah, so the first subject is pure physics. I feel that the best thing to do for physics is to literally compile all the keywords for each chapter, because our physics teacher made a very like great emphasis on keywords, because in the end, in the O-level marking scheme, they don't really mark for correct answers, they mark for whether you have the correct points or not. So I feel that it's better if you have a list of keywords that you can use and you are familiar with, so that even if you don't really understand the question, if you can understand bits and pieces, you can use your keywords to help you explain, and perhaps you can gain some points rather than just giving a fake answer.
Oh yeah. Physics, lots of practice. Just like once you're done memorizing for like a chapter, for example, take out your 10-year series, like the topical, and just do it.
I think you all can see a very clear pattern of practicing, because honestly, the way for you to score well in exams is to apply knowledge you have learned. If you just have the knowledge in your brain and you don't know how to apply it, you're going to lose out in the marks no matter how much you study. So it's really important for you guys to practice as well. Next subject is the subject we both hate the most.
Oh my god.
Pure chemistry.
I wish it wasn't compulsory, man.
There's no biophysics combination.
I'm pretty sure there used to be, but then our
it
generation
died out.
Yeah, we did not have it.
Okay, yeah.
I
So
thought it was ridiculous.
so in our school, for some stupid reason, pure chemistry is compulsory, and we absolutely suck at it. Okay, we had a change of teachers in like
Sec 3 to
Sec
Sec
3
4.
to Sec 4. I'm 100% sure that one of the teachers had a favoritism towards people who are actually good in chemistry.
Yeah.
I think that the best way you can prepare for chemistry is to honestly just practice and take note of your wrong answers, because I managed to improve by doing this very close to O-level, okay, because my prelim score,
It wasn't the best.
it wasn't the best, but like I improved, you know. So I was like, okay, wait, this might work. After I'm doing a shit ton of papers, I like mark it, and then whichever answer I got wrong, I will write the correct answer in like a post-it and paste it on top. Since I had 2 copies of the TYS, I don't know why, but I decided to like do one of the years, then wait a while, then do the same year again and see and compare the two to see whether like I improve or not, you know.
Oh. Okay, I dropped chemistry.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I failed prelim. I was like, I quit. Bye.
Yep.
Um.
So kids, this is an important lesson as well. If you think you really cannot handle a subject, just drop it, honestly. Like, I know your teachers will try to encourage you to do well in that subject, but like, if you really cannot, then you really cannot lah. Like,
There's just nothing you can do about it.
there's nothing you can do about it.
Like, I tried really hard. I'm not kidding. Like, I would do papers and I would memorize stuff, and I would like do papers with the notes, and then I'll try doing it without as well. And I did like so many things, and I went consultations. I just remember just like towards like after doing so much, I went to prelim and I just like failed it like by like 2% some more, and
Oh
I was
my
like
God.
hurt out of my mind. Like, okay, I can't even pass prelim. I'm not even gonna try anymore. I give up. I tried. I really put my heart and soul into it. Oh my god.
Yeah, so if you really find a subject that hard to do, and no matter what you do, you cannot do it at all. I'm not saying to give up in the first place. You have to like try at least, right, to see whether you can improve or not. But in Sophie's case, she really could not, so it's fine. We all cannot be good in everything, you know.
Yeah.
So if you find a subject that does this to you, it's fine to like let go of it. It's fine to not think about it anymore. But you have to be prepared to focus all your energy into the other science or the other subject that is its counterpart, so that you are able to like secure your L1 R5, you know. It's kind of a gamble, but if it really helps you more, you can go for it.
Oh, and I'm just saying, don't have the mindset that you can just drop whatever, okay? Don't do that. I didn't know of dropping and it being the wrong choice. And my tuition teacher would literally tell me like, you must be careful with what you drop and don't just have the mindset that you can drop everything, because you can't, okay? Just drop only if you seriously you see you really can't do it. Don't just I don't think I like this subject very much, I'm gonna drop it. Like, no, don't do that.
Please talk to your parents and your teachers about it.
Yes, go to a ECG counselor.
Yeah,
like your
go to
school
the
probably
counselor.
has one that will talk about your future and everything.
The next subject is our favorite. Oh my gosh, it is pure literature.
I love
Okay,
lit.
don't click off the video yet, okay? Don't click off.
Okay.
I know like maybe most of y'all will not enjoy literature as much as we do, but like for those people who actually take pure literature, or for those lower secondary students who want to do well in literature, I have tips for you. We have tips for you.
Elect lit as well, yes.
Elect lit also. Okay, yeah, honestly, if you want to take literature, you should go for pure lit, because elective lit, you have half the lessons that the pure literature people have, and like it can be very stressful. So if you really want to do lit, please go for pure. It will be your best choice ever. Okay. So for literature, we took 2 texts, which is number 1, we have Fahrenheit 451 and The Crucible, which is a play, and we did not like that. It's
Crucible was not the
okay.
best.
Yeah, we love literature, but like the lessons not so much.
Secondary 4 was what kind of destroyed
yeah.
a bit of my love for lit, because
Okay, so basically we have a teacher that loves to talk about her experiences, and I would love that. It's absolutely valid. We love talking about experiences. But maybe not so much about your university experience when we have prelims right around the corner. But like, don't let it dampen your love for literature, you know?
Yes.
Like I know maybe most of the literature teachers are not like that entertaining for you, or like maybe reading a text and then going through it a couple of times does not seem very inviting, but it can honestly be a great alternative to memorizing everything about tourism or whatever the
geography.
yeah, absolutely no hate. I'm just joking, you know.
There was like war between the literature and geography kids. Take literature.
Even though you do have to memorize, you do have to analyze a text, as long as you go through it enough times and you pick out selective quotes, you can get away with bullshitting half of your answers.
Yeah, you can do that. As long as
Yeah.
you explain it and you throw a few quotes in that follow along your logic.
Because personally, we both have been doing well in literature for this very reason. I know like this has been like mostly a literature propaganda session. But like, please, the love for literature in Singapore has been dying. We do not like that. It may seem daunting or boring or anything.
Literature is like everywhere, even your movies and TV shows, all literature. Like, if once you take lit, it opens up your eyes to like world building, storytelling, character development. It's beautiful.
Finally, after giving our literature propaganda session, we are finally down to give the tips. Okay? So okay, this goes to pure literature students, elect literature students, and lower secondary literature students. When you read a text, you don't think about the themes, you don't think about the characters or anything. You just read as it is a book. Okay, just read it. Okay? Think about how it makes you feel. Just take note of how it makes you feel, how the characters make you feel. That's all you need to take note of. Okay? If you like to use those tags, you can tag the pages that make you feel a certain way, so that when you revisit it, you can take note of pages, scenes that make you feel a certain way, make the reader feel a certain way. Because usually the questions that come out are really reader based. Like, how does this impact the reader? How dramatic? How does the drama in this scene make the reader feel? Yeah, you know. Stuff like that. Yeah, then after you read the novel or whatever play, you can start to think about the themes, the characters, important quotes. I will emphasize on important quotes, okay? Important quotes can literally like supply you for almost any question.
Once you're done, prepare notes for like every lesson.
Yeah, please. Okay, we started very late, but please prepare notes, okay? Please prepare notes on the novel early. I would suggest that when you do the notes, you do it with a small group.
Try to find like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah,
to do
find
it
1 or
with.
2 people to do it, because then you can make sure that people are actually doing stuff. And with another person, you usually have better insights into a certain quote or whatever. So basically, that's all for literature. Please take literature. It's wonderful and it's eye-opening. Please
I love
take
lit.
literature. Please take literature.
I love it.
Okay, so the next subject is history, elective history. Okay, before we talk about elective history, we need to talk about how the O levels were. Okay, so basically, we studied 2 books in 2 years. So the first book has 7 chapters, and the second book has 4 chapters. You would think that the second book is easier, but
I thought book 3 was easier. Like the first book is called book 3.
honestly, people they just overlook book 3 because like the last 4 chapters are literally just 1 chapter. So
Yeah,
it's
it's like
the same.
it's just a continuation of events.
It's
and
just-
then Hitler and Stalin and like then war in the Asia Pacific, World War One,
and Treaty of Versailles.
Treaty of Versailles, yeah, all these
Yeah,
quite easy, I think.
it's quite manageable, but people overlook the fact that it's manageable because it has 7 chapters.
Yeah.
And that turned out to be the downfall of so many people this year. I mean, the pattern that our teachers have told us is you can study just one book because
Yeah.
usually in the essay questions there will be one from book 3 and one from book 4. Okay,
However, there has been like in the TYS itself, we saw that there was this 1 year that both for book 3, so we kind of like got paranoid. I remember.
yeah.
She told me like on call when we were studying together. She was like, "Hey, there's 2 book 3s in this 1 year. There's
Yeah.
only book 3." And
No,
I was like, "Wait."
okay, this was literally the day before the exam, okay? I don't know why we decided to call, but we decided to call and talk about history, okay? And it was the day before the exam, and we saw that 2 of the topics were from book 3. So guess what we did? We decided to study Treaty of Versailles because that is the easiest book 3 topic, okay? And we
Yeah.
didn't think anything about it because
But we both studied both books, right?
we studied both books. We decided to focus a lot on our effort on book 3 chapter 1 because that is the easiest topic to think about, okay? We honestly thought that maybe book 3 like Stalin or Hitler would come out because this is like the last year for Stalin
Yeah.
to come out in the syllabus. We thought that maybe Hitler or Stalin would come out because usually that's the trend that these 2 topics are very content heavy, so they will come out as essay topics.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that we know studied book 4 entirely. Okay?
And only book 4.
And
I
only
remember.
book 4 because they were banking on the fact that there'll be 1 book 3 topic and 1 book 4 topic.
Yeah, majority of the people all just only study book 4.
Yeah, and
I remember.
they were screwed over.
Yeah, because it was both book 3, and then like me and Samira came out the exam like shrieking. Everyone, like, I remember coming out the exam, everyone's like, Treaty of Versailles, who studies that? And I was just like,
us.
well-
We studied that. We studied that. We probably used up our luck for a very long time.
yeah.
Yeah. Now on to the tips for history. I would say that you really need to start learning your content early
Yeah.
and keep on revising it. Keep on practicing active recall because history is not a subject that you can just bullshit through.
Yeah.
You actually need to know the events. If you do have a problem with memorizing, I suggest you try to make a gigantic timeline. It will take a lot of time,
Yeah,
but
it takes. You have a lot of time technically
Yeah.
before O levels. You have 2 years.
yeah, and it's honestly gonna help you a lot to like help you practice writing down the dates, and maybe some will stick with you. So when you look back at the timeline, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this date. I'm sure in a very very old video, y'all might have seen me doing it. It was very time consuming but it was all worth it in the end because some dates they actually were relevant to my answers in O levels.
Yeah, very important. Dates are actually like, okay, you don't have to put all your emphasis on dates because sometimes you genuinely like in the middle of test you just forget.
Yeah.
Like just forget, just gets out of your mind. Whatever, write down the thing that happened first. Then if you remember, just put a caret and write the date. That's it.
That's it.
But it's try to remember the dates along the events. It's easier that way, and then like usually in O levels they also give you a time range. Like the question say from this time to this time. So it would be best to know your dates so that you know like the time to like write the answer in, like, something like that.
Usually like they will trick you and be like in the 1930s, or they will give you a specific year. So you have to write according to that year. So it will be best if you know what events take place during that year, and I think the timeline helps a lot. Another thing is to brush up your essay writing skills like SBQ, because I don't know why, but SEAB or the Cambridge or whoever the hell said the paper decided that making children write as fast as they can is the way to go during exams. I have this trick, okay, it works so well for me, but when I do my exam, I don't focus on the questions at first. I plan for everything that I can. I plan for the sources, the source questions, SPQ, and I also plan for the SCQ all in one sitting. so that I can just focus on writing. Okay, it's a bit of a drastic technique, but since I have taken so many subjects that require me to write essays, my hand is strong enough to do so.
Yeah.
So I would suggest that you can pick up a similar technique or find something that works for you.
Highly recommend writing a lot. Like not like just anything whatsoever. Try to use your hand to write because you need to strengthen your hand.
Yeah.
These exams can get really painful.
All in all, the best way for you to learn history and to practice it is to actually recall events and dates. Okay, you can try mind maps. It didn't really work out for us, but
It could work for you.
It could work for you, you know. You can actually practice essays to practice applying your knowledge. That's another thing. That's all for history. Okay, the last subject that we take. Okay, I realized we didn't explain our subject combis, but I think it's quite obvious what we take.
Social studies. This one is required for everybody.
This one is required for everybody, so there's no escaping it. I think that we were blessed with what the school gave us. Like they gave us really good notes, compilations of the entire chapters.
Lots of examples.
Yeah, lots of examples. And honestly, right, I discovered this, but like even if you don't use the official examples that they state in the textbook or in your school notes, for example, you actually can get away with the example as long as it's valid and it's real.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like I don't know what I was thinking, but there was this weighted assessment. It was about multinational corporations, the MNCs or whatever. I forgot what that stands for. But my mind was blank, but the only thing that came into my mind was the fact that Charles and Keith had collaborated with ITZY. So I was like, oh wait, that's a way to use my example. And guess what? The teacher accepted it. So like, you see, you can bullshit your way through.
Any answer works as long as it makes sense.
Yeah, SS is like, it's not like history, but it's also like history in a way. Like the skills that you use in history are very useful in SS. Like if you take elective history along with SS, you have an advantage in terms of skills.
The main difference is just you need to memorize a lot for history. History is filled with memorizing.
Anyway, when you talk about SS, you need to have the logic in there. As long as your explanation makes sense, as long as your example makes sense, as long as it is a sound argument and you follow the format, you are able to score well.
Yep.
So that's all for SS. Just bullshit. Read up a bit more, you know. Like maybe you take one or two examples from your textbook, from your school notes.
Mothership can help even.
Mothership, yes.
Go there, see the news, all the stuff, you might pick up something.
The next part about academics we are going to talk about are subject combinations. I feel like this is overlooked by so many people, but your subject combinations can make or break you during your upper secondary years.
Very important.
We made wonderful choices with our subject combinations.
I love my choices.
I will not take it back, despite the fact that chemistry is inside. It's compulsory. But
Chemistry was compulsory.
But it's fine.
I don't regret any of my subject combinations.
Choosing your subject combination, I feel like this is very important. In your lower secondary years, you might find it a bit difficult for you to choose a subject combination. That's why you really need to think about it. That's why they give a very long time for you to choose your subject combination.
And they make you do every subject.
Yeah, because like, I've seen people who take like the triple science subject combination and they could not handle it, so they had to drop one of the sciences or they drop something else just to manage themselves, and that's how bad it can be.
Don't do it because everyone else is doing it. Don't do it because your friend is gonna do it, and don't do it because your parents told you to. Always do what you want to do. Do what you want to do and do what you're good at. So like sometimes maybe you might like something, but if you like genuinely can't do it, then maybe think about that as well. And also think about like, and you gotta like it as well, you know. If you don't like it, you won't want to put effort into it. You're gonna be so demotivated, and burnout is just so much faster. It comes so much faster if you hate it. Like, oh my god, chemistry.
Of course, I cannot forget the fact that maybe some of the parents that will be strict on choosing certain subject combination. My heart goes out to people who have been forced into these subject combinations out of their own will. But I really hope that like the future generations, they are able to convince their parents in a polite way, and like show them why you care about this subject and how is it helpful for you. Okay, I think convincing your parents is one of the most difficult things that a student can do. But once you are able to go through that, once you're able to follow through with telling your parents that you have made a choice, I think your parents will definitely think of you as a secondary school student, you know. Like, oh, you can make your own choices. Okay.
I know it's hard.
It's very hard.
Parents.
It's very hard.
Tell your parents. They want you to go down the right path. They want you to go down a good path. So when they aren't around anymore, you can take care of yourself. You can get a good job, that kind of thing. They want the best for you. But you know, if like just because that's what they think that's the best for you doesn't mean it is.
Yeah.
So you please think for yourself as well, like, you know.
And maybe like instead of blatantly like disagreeing with them, come and talk to them entirely why they want you to go into this subject combination. And then maybe you can come to a compromise because maybe what they say is actually valid, because sometimes even though you don't really like the subject, you will actually have to take it because first of all, maybe your school enforces it to be a compulsory subject, and number two, maybe it is useful for you to unlock more educational pathways in future. So just talk to your parents about it, talk to your teachers, ask for advice also. And this goes without saying, please look at your report cards and stuff. Like, look at the subjects that you actually do well in, and you compare them with the subjects that you actually want to do. Because yeah, you can take a subject combination of stuff that you actually like, but if you just like it for the content, you don't actually put in effort into studying it and doing well in exams, then it will backfire on you, honestly.
Yeah.
Same thing with choosing subjects that you don't really like. You won't even want to put in effort. You will be afraid of it, and then it will backfire. Yeah. So the best way is to choose a balance between both. Something that is something that you actually like to do, things that are going to be helpful for you to unlock educational pathways in the future, and the compulsory subjects.
Oh, and keep in mind, like, what jobs do you want to do in the future? So, like, what are you interested in, like, doing in the future? Maybe you're not sure. I mean, do I want to be, like, a teacher? Do I want to be, like, an engineer? This kind of thing. Think about, like, what it is. Do some research. See what subjects that they kind of require. That sort of stuff. It'll be worth it.
Yeah, you don't even have to stick to your choice. Because you even if you choose a profession and you don't actually follow through with it in your entirety of secondary school life, at least when you make the choice in that instant, you're going to follow your dream. You're paving your way to your dream. So that is all the advice I have for subject combination. Please do not overlook it. Thank
Don't
you.
overthink yourself,
Yeah, don't overthink too.
So we're talking about tuition now.
Tuition. We're going to continue by talking about tuition.
Wow,
Tuition. Okay. Tuition, call it whatever you want.
Honestly, it's worth it.
It's worth it lah, but like you need to go for like good teachers. Like if your tuition teacher isn't that good, like, and you notice it in the first month, just go. Please go. Please do not waste your money. I feel like a lot of people are scared to like cancel on their tuition teachers because they are also a teacher, but you are paying for their services. If their services are not good, gets the hell out, okay? Also, if the entire model of teaching is like not suited for you, then like please go as well.
When they're too fast or too slow,
too
boring,
slow,
too whatever, just don't endure it. This is for your grades. You should pick the best one, the best one for you.
Yeah, like I went to a branded tuition center because I thought that would be good, you know. Like, I will probably be able to be like learning stuff better because I go to a branded tuition center that has guaranteed results, you know. But it turns out that I got very burnt out very easily. I didn't even want to go to tuition anymore, but I still went because like O-levels is very important. But I realized now that instead of going to those tuitions like so rigorously, I could have just studied at home. I mean, to an extent it was useful. I was able to improve a lot. But sometimes the tuition can kind of just be you practicing stuff like over and over again, and it can get so repetitive and so annoying.
It's pointless. Sometimes it's pointless. You burn out from tuition. It's pointless. I went to my A-maths one was fantastic. Taught me for a long time, like since like P4. P4, P5 around there. I was like, whoa, it's been years.
If you find a teacher like that, please stick to that teacher, because like honestly you might benefit more from their teaching style. Yeah, our advice is like you go for, when you go for tuition, only go if you really really need, because you can rely on your friends and your teachers. And like since secondary school is so extensive, you know, like the schedules are so extensive, especially for our school. Okay, like I don't know why, but they decided to extend everything.
You know, honestly, like our school, like they made the schedule so weird.
Yeah,
like,
they made the
12:30, ending on 12:30 on 2 days, but then ending at like
4 p.m.
Yeah, and then with extra classes, you can end even later.
Yeah,
it's just, why? That's exhausting.
And guess what? We had SYF this year also, so it was like another hell on top of the hell because like for SYF, right, you okay, I'm kind of digressing into another topic, but for SYF, since you have to come back a lot for rehearsals, we had to come back 3 times a week.
Yeah, I was like so sleepy from after school, and then you still have to go back and do rehearsals. I fell asleep during rehearsal. It was, oh my god, I was really tired.
Yeah, so please like if you're gonna go for tuition, please go only for the subjects that you really need tuition for. Don't overload yourself. Don't go for tuition for every single subject because that is really stupid and it's a waste of money as well.
Always like, just think like maybe your maths is damn good, okay? So then maths don't need if you're doing holding up well, but then your science, maybe like chemistry, not doing well, then go chemistry tuition. I think there's no point going for more than one. Like if you genuinely need it and it's like the only subject that you genuinely cannot make it, you're failing super bad, right? Honestly, you can go 2 or you could drop it lah. There's the option to drop lah, but don't overload yourself.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
So the next point is also very valid. It is about extracurriculars. So this involves both CCA and like other enrichments that are not CCA, you know? Okay, so we're both in the same CCA.
Yeah.
So we literally live the same lives except just slightly different, okay?
Slightly different.
For CCA, we chose drama because like we were genuinely interested in drama. I know it's probably not a very popular CCA in our school, but like it's really chill, it's really fun. And this brings me to my point, which is please go for a CCA that you think you will genuinely enjoy. Don't go to a CCA that you know is gonna make you stressed as hell because like okay, I'm gonna be real here, but I've never been able to fathom the concept of ever joining a uniform group. Like how are you guys not scared? Please, like how are you guys not scared of your seniors?
Honestly, those people that join uniform groups and get shouted at by their seniors, like,
I have high respect for you.
high respect, props to you for that. Like I can't do it. I would cry. I would break down the
Back to my point. I just want you guys to choose a CCA that you think you'll be comfortable in. Comfortable enough for you to try new things, but at the same time not so stressful on your mind. Because I think that we really enjoyed CCA and we didn't think of it as like a burden because like we had a very nice small little community there and like it was so fun to go to the CCA. Like even though I was tired from the school day, I would be so excited to go CCA, of course because she's there.
Oh my
and,
god.
and also because like our instructors were really nice, our teachers were really nice as well. Oh my god, this is something I'm so proud about. Okay, we are gonna digress, but it's fine. Okay, we digress a lot, it's fine, we talk a lot.
Anecdotes.
So there was gonna be a new batch of secondary 1 students like finally joining us, and we were supposed to put on a show for them, and it was about like a scary story. Okay?
Yeah, it was a scary story.
Oh my god, like the instructor made me do like this thing where I was possessed by a ghost. Okay,
Yeah.
it honestly sounded very crazy at the point in time, but like wow, okay, it was fun to do.
I genuinely enjoyed that show. I had so much fun. I genuinely had so much fun with that show.
Yeah, so like we have such amazing experiences to share because like we go to a CCA that we want to like learn about. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And so on the topic of like enrichment classes, if you're interested, do it. Like one of my biggest regrets in secondary school was not going for all those enrichment classes. I was scared, like I was terrified. I was like, the idea of doing those things like scared me really bad. I had like major stage fright, and like after a while of being in like drama club, like it slowly like faded off. Like I was like, why was I so scared? But then by the time it like fully melted off, it was like late sec 3 early sec 4, and it was like kind of late. I can't go for any enrichments anymore. All my time should be into like
Preparing for O-level.
yeah. And I really wanted to like try dance. Like I'm not gonna like pursue being a professional dancer obviously, but like I was interested and I had fun learning like choreos for like K-pop dancers. I thought it was fun. So if you're interested in anything, just do it, honestly. Worth it.
Point from this is like, okay, it's gonna look cringe in your mind, but like you gotta enjoy, you know, like cringiness is in the past, it's overrated.
Yeah.
Okay, please. Like I think we held ourselves back a lot because we thought everything we did was cringe, you know. Yeah. A lot of things that we wanted to do sounded cringe in our minds. And like I think that's the one major thing that has held us back from like truly enjoying ourselves, because we were afraid of what people would think about us.
Just don't care.
Just don't care, please. Be who you want to be, okay?
Wow.
I know we're giving life advice right now, but it's supposed to be about enrichments. But honestly, the main thing about enrichments is to believe in yourself, please.
Yeah. It enriches your learning. It gives you
Yeah.
new things. You can maybe you find something you want to do as your job in the future.
Yeah,
like
actually.
it's worth trying. Just if your school arranges any activity, give it a shot, man.
Through doing these small enrichments, you actually gain a lot. Like maybe it's not material, but maybe it's something like it's developing yourself. Oh yeah, student council.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Okay. So we have differing experiences in this one. Okay,
Oh, we
this
do.
this is the first time we have something differing. Okay, so in student council, I was in exco, and then she joined like a year late. You
Funny.
applied in sec
Sec 2.
2. Okay.
And then I was official in Sec 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I applied the first time I could get. So I got in I officially got in Sec 2. So for me, right, I think being an exco, if you really want to do it, if you think you can handle it, you go for it. I think it's really beneficial. But I have to admit, I struggled a lot because first of all, I live like an hour away from school. So
Yeah.
I have to get up like really early, and then on top of that, you have student council duties, exco duties. Like you have to arrange a lot of stuff. There was a point in time where I felt really burnt out, but I overcame it, and it's all good. And some events that I've led have actually like made me realize why I wanted to do this in the first place, and like it's very valuable experience. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna admit, console was an experience. It was an experience for me.
She did not like it.
I did not. Okay, look, the people in console were very nice, okay, but like there were times like in console where I just felt like very left out and very like exhausted.
Possibly due to your you came in 1 year late. Possibly.
Yeah, one of the reasons because I came in 1 year late. Another reason was probably because like I got like a lot of problems and I couldn't show up for a lot of things, like more very personal issues that I like genuinely, I told the teachers, I talked to them about it, they were okay with everything, but like I feel like cause it's personal, I'm not gonna go around and tell people or like tell the entire world about it. It's personal, so when I don't show up, people start thinking like, oh, she's lazy, I don't like this kind of person. And it's like I did try my best, but I had to juggle a lot of things at home and at school, and it was like I was very tired.
So if you have an unfortunate like set of disadvantages like Sophie, you can think twice about going to student council, because like student council, even if you're not an exco or even if you're starting out, it's gonna be very hectic, it's gonna be very stressful.
So I understand if you think like lead points are important and everything, they are, okay, like yeah, they're pretty helpful for your like grades and everything, but like at the end of the day, if you're not even gonna get through like healthy and you come out of it like just hating it, then I think I'd seriously rather you don't do it and spend your time making your grades better.
Yeah, you can also get lead points from doing other leadership opportunities that are not as strenuous like student council.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get points. Don't need to stress yourself over that. Obviously, try to get them because helpful. But
only do them if you really want to do the project. Don't do it just because of the points.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's an incentive, but at the same time, don't do it like, don't go in thinking that I'm just doing this for the points. Yeah.
Go in being passionate about it.
If you're in a circumstance where you cannot devote your time to this enrichment or any position, then please don't go for it. Let someone else who is more qualified, and you can go for something that's more suited for you.
Yeah.
Guys, we are about to take our next break. So we're ordering food. Okay, see you later in like 2 minutes. Okay, so the next topic is something that is very important to us. It is about burnout and managing it. Whoa! Okay, yeah, burnout is not fun. I'm gonna say it straight, it's not fun. It is one of the most horrible places to be in, especially as a student, like knee deep into your O-level preparation.
I know. You feel like crying all the time, but nothing comes out.
Yeah, nothing
You're
comes
sitting
out,
there
okay,
like the entire time.
Yeah, like it's a sense of dread that prolongs for a period, and like you feel like a potato. You feel like a potato.
You feel like you just can't get off, like you can't get off the couch, like you just don't want to do anything. Like even things you're downright like really passionate about, you just don't want to do them anymore. You just feel really sick of it.
Manage yourself. Please take care of yourselves. If you're struggling for like a piece of homework, please don't. okay? If you are wasting sleep for a piece of homework, please like leave the homework. It's fine, okay?
You shouldn't be staying up to do work in the first place.
Of course, I'm not saying that you completely disregard your homework, but like if you're in a state where you really cannot handle the work and like you are losing sleep, I'm sure it'll be fine. Just explain to your teacher in the morning. You can email your teacher. I'm sure your teachers will understand. You can be upfront to your teacher. If your teacher's not a person that's very supportive, it's fine. You can
just apologize
and get over it, because honestly in this race it's not about doing your homework, it's about being able to apply what you learn into your examinations.
Your homework is just helping you learn how to
apply. But that being said, it's not one of the most important things. Of course not unimportant, it's of course very important, but it's not one of the most important things.
Your mental health should always come first. You should have the mindset like I'm really like pushed beyond like what I can actually do, and like all the words in front of me, they're blur, I'm seeing double, all that sort of nonsense. When you get these signs like, oh, you're like exhausted at night, you can't sleep because you're just thinking like, oh, I'm not doing good enough, and you can't even do things you like anymore without getting like frustrated, then like you need to go outside and take a walk, look at the scenery, relax, don't push it.
Otherwise like you will see the repercussions of this like physically on your physical body. Like this girl, she kept falling sick.
I just felt sick so much.
She fell sick a lot, okay, and it was not good. Like after she seemed to recover, a few days later she will fall sick again. That's how bad like her burnout was. Why am I speaking for you?
Wow. No, it's fine. It's fine. You were there to see it happen.
I was there to see it happen, okay? I was very lonely.
Number of times that I called her and cried on the phone. I was like, girl, I can't do it. I'm not doing okay. I mean, I didn't obviously say it like that. I was in a really horrible frame of mind with like everything. It was crazy.
I hope this shows you that like maybe if you're feeling down, you're not alone. You're not alone at all, okay? I'm sure a lot of people around you are feeling the same. We have felt the same as you. Exhaustion, like fatigue, everything. Like of course different people have different tolerance for like how much work they can do, and clearly like she has a very low tolerance for work. But it's fine, okay? It's fine. We were pushed into a setting that was really, really stressful on us because we didn't know how to handle all the different assignments at once, but we have learned from it. Like one thing, prioritize your mental health. It's honestly not worth it to slog for a teacher because the teacher will not matter to you in a while.
Mugging as well. Mugging is not great. Like if you want to mug like maybe like 1 to 2 days before the exam, okay, sure, because that's before an exam. But like you know those people that just like
mug
those people
constantly.
8 papers a day,
Oh my gosh. You should just take a break when you need, okay? It's fine to take a break. You're not gonna get punished for it, okay? I'm not saying go and take a 20-hour break. Maybe just like an hour, just walk around, like do something that you actually enjoy.
Draw that picture, learn a bit of the dance, just do something, like anything, honestly.
This is like the aspects for like when you are in a burnout, when you're in a slump. Just try to slowly go through your routine, okay? I think the routines are the most important things. Once you build back your routine, you will slowly just like habitually do everything that you were supposed to do, and you might slowly come out of the burnout. But of course take it slow because we don't know how long coming out of the burnout would. Think about whatever you're doing. Is it affecting you in some way? Are you like skipping meals for your work? Are you losing sleep because of your work? Because if you are, then please stop. That's not very nice.
Always healthy meal, exercise. Genuinely, you might not realize it, like 8 cups of water a day, all these kind of things. You might not think it. It helps. Genuinely, wash your face. Like maybe even if you don't want to like do like the skincare routine that like before your sleep, just go to the toilet, just
wash your face, pamper yourself like whatever way that you feel pampered by. Just do that.
Give yourself like an hour of just yourself.
Please give yourself self-time.
Like genuinely, no point over-exerting. It's tiring, it's exhausting.
Now we want you guys to focus on preventing in the first place.
Prevention better than cure.
Prevention is much better than cure. You do not want to be in the dark space.
Honestly, I think it's inevitable to like get burnt out. Like at least like you gotta like, I feel like it's just part of life when you get burnt out like once or twice in secondary school. But you know, like if you can delay as much as you can and stay productive and healthy and happy for as long as possible, then that's good lah.
Yeah, because like I don't want to give you guys the wrong idea that if you continue to live healthily you won't ever experience burnout. I think it's really inevitable for everyone. But for some people more than others because like of the way they structure their time, you know. For academics wise, you just do it regularly. Like don't have to be every day. Do it like alternative days. It's okay if you do it alternative days or maybe even like only a few days a week, because if you put in that effort to start from the beginning, like a few days a week, it will slowly be built into your routine. It won't feel like a chore anymore. It's just part of your routine to study subjects, and not like right before the exam or like a week before the exam you suddenly cram everything, because cramming will exhaust you of your energy a lot, opposed to when you slowly do everything a few days a week. Yeah.
You just can't cram everything. Honestly, like I tried. I remember like I didn't want to study for history before, and it's like, woo, did not do well for that test. Can't cram. Sometimes like for subjects like chemistry and history, you just can't.
You
like,
can't cram for everything.
Like sometimes if you're lucky, you might be able to cram the right subjects, but most of the time it's just like you can't. Honestly, it's too much information, and you're gonna just be so exhausted in a test. You just can't even think anyway. So like, what's the point of like cramming? Obviously, increase your workload towards an exam. You need to like step up a bit of your revision, but like don't cram, not worth it.
Just put in the effort every single week, like even just a bit, okay, just a little bit every week will go a very long way in preparing for your exams or like in retaining knowledge. For like let's say your enrichments, let's say your CCA or whatever, if you really feel like you can't do it anymore, it's fine. Tell your parents, tell your teachers. You can write you can take a mental health day. It's fine. I'm sure that some parents won't agree to this, but try your best to convince them, okay? I know some people like they take mental health days and it has honestly benefited them in the long run, because when they take one day just to have for themselves to recover and rest before they burn out, they actually can recover from that and come back the next day with even more energy. So mental health days are important. Maybe if you aren't able to have a mental health day because your parents are strict or they don't believe in giving you mental health days, take one of the days in the weekend, okay? Like you do your homework on Friday. I know it's very like very 麻烦 to do homework on Friday. Okay, it's very painful to do homework on Friday, but I suggest you do a little bit at least, because then your workload on Saturday will be less, and maybe even you can finish it on Saturday, so Sunday can be just a break for you, mental health break, you know.
Can do other things.
Can literally devote the entire day to yourself and nothing else. That's all for burnout.
Alright.
Okay, so now on the topic of caring about yourself, we're going to talk about self-care / student hygiene. Okay, so self-care can be in many forms. It can be literally doing the basic things like taking a shower. But anyway, self-care can be ranging from doing your own hobbies to actually like putting in effort to eat healthily, to take care of yourself. Okay, we did not exercise a lot.
Oh, let's admit, we didn't.
We did not exercise a lot, and we felt the repercussions of it, okay?
Yeah.
Of course, it's not that obvious because like we have PE lessons and we kind of live an hour away from school, so we have to
takes
kind
a lot of travel.
traveling. But okay, I know like the teachers nag about this a lot, but exercising does give you that dopamine boost.
Yeah.
And you low-key feel better about yourself. Like, I don't know how to explain it. When I finally started exercising.
Oh, yeah, I know. When I started like putting in effort into just going out on a walk.
Yeah.
Feels a lot better. Just put some music, go on a walk.
Yeah, put up some music, just go on a walk. Take care of yourself. Like, maybe just take some of the advice your parents or teachers give, you know. Sometimes they might really help a lot. Sometimes they may just be nagging. But it's fine. It's fine, okay? We just do things that help our body and help ourselves feel better.
I think what's really important about self-care these days that people don't do is sleep.
We have felt the repercussions of not sleeping well.
Get your 8 hours. No, hey, I get 8 hours technically. I do get 8 hours.
She's
I do
guilty.
get 8 hours.
She's guilty of
I do stay up. Admittedly, I do stay up till like 3 a.m. sometimes.
Okay,
but
but
I wake up after 8 hours. I still get my 8 hours. It's the holidays.
I mean, in the holidays lah, but during school you never did.
I was
Okay,
I
okay.
refused
To be
sleep.
fair, right, we could not get our 8 hours because
Yeah.
we live an hour away from school. Did we mention that earlier? Like, especially in that period of time where I had SYF and extracurriculars and other stuff piling up on me, I could not sleep until it was like 12. So basically, I had like 5 hours of sleep. Is that healthy? No, it's
No.
not healthy.
So, holidays, sleep.
Please
Don't just
sleep. But like honestly, right, I think the mistake we made was to prioritize our homework over sleep.
Oh my god, yeah. No, I would stay up to do my homework.
Yeah, we were panicking. We were messaging each other. Have you done this? Prioritize your sleep, okay? Please do it. If you're not able to get your 8 hours, it's fine. At least get 7 or 6, okay?
Yeah,
Please don't
6.
get 5 or 4 or 3.
Yeah, like
So basically, above everything, sleep is very important,
Yeah.
okay? Okay, if you stay up once or twice just for this one assignment, it's fine. But please do not ruin your sleep schedule
I
constantly,
know.
you know.
I wish you told me that soon.
Oh, I wish I told myself so. No, I told you that. But I told me that. I couldn't follow it. I couldn't follow it. Okay? I was in a situation where I couldn't follow it. Okay?
Yeah,
We had sleep problems.
sleep problems.
I wish I didn't. I always like I remember like I would lie on my bed and stare at the ceiling and be like, oh my days, just I don't want this. Let me sleep. Like it would be like 1 a.m. and I'd be lying there like, oh my god. I know I'm gonna sound like your parents, but legitimately, if you use your phone before you sleep, you can't sleep.
You can't sleep. You cannot sleep for shit. You cannot
I
sleep.
learned that like I would suggest like going on YouTube and getting like those long video essays, put it down and listen to it, or like music or like Spotify podcast.
Find something that makes you sleep very fast.
Like you don't have to look at just something that you can hear but you don't have to look at basically.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
I mean, of course, it's a bit difficult for you to like maybe leave your phone. So I would suggest you start like, okay, the last 10 minutes before I sleep, you don't use your phone, and increase it a little bit, because I think if you build it up slowly, it's much easier than just saying, oh, an hour before I sleep I will not use my phone, because you will eventually go back to your phone.
Yeah, you will want to use your phone. So
Slowly.
like, just slowly. And if you genuinely can't cope like me, like I'm someone who needs my phone. I'm like horrible. I would just the video essay works. I just put it there and like sleep. Worth it. But please don't use your phone before you sleep. It's like genuinely I don't know the science behind it, but it really gets your brain like especially if you see something scary right before you sleep. Oh my god, you won't sleep well.
So we move on to the other aspect of self-care, which is your mental health. And the one thing that I honestly feel is affecting all of us right now is social media. Social media. Okay, we're gonna sound like your teachers, your parents, broken recorders even. But social media can be one of the most detrimental things in our lives if you don't use it well, first of all, or if you use it too much. So I'm sure you guys have seen like all those aesthetic study grammars, aesthetic what do you call it? Like skincare, aesthetic like views, aesthetic everything, aesthetic room. Like it's picture perfect in your eyes and you're like, oh my god, I wish I could have a room like that. That's where it all starts, okay? That's where the jealousy all starts, and the self-esteem depletion starts as well. Because when you start idolizing something else, you tend to lose yourself. You tend to lose your own identity because you want to be like them so much. As teenagers, we are really the most impressionable people. Like whatever we see on social media can inherently affect us in the coming years as who we are or how we grow up. We have to be really careful when we use social media because we won't know who we are, whether we are being a genuine person or just being someone else's clone.
Yeah. It sucks.
It sucks, really.
Low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Painful. Oh my god, no, that's another reason why people burn out. Oh my god. Because low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Everything they do suddenly doesn't feel good enough. No, I get it. Remember there was a period of time where I could not accept myself. I really hated myself for a period of time. Like dance, I will feel inferior to like my other friend that I always like learn dances with, and I'm like, she's so good, she's so clean with her moves, and I'm like, I'm not good enough. I can't do as well as her. I feel jealous, like it's like, why am I not as good as her? I put so much effort into it, like why am I not as good? And it like makes me frustrated, and like like sometimes it feels like I'm really mad at the person, but it's like it's not even the person's fault that they're better. It's just like that. There's nothing I can do about it. Like I can just keep working hard, keep keep trying my best, and showing what I got. If it's not as good, then it's just not as good, and that's fine. There was even like another time, like her. I was jealous of her.
Oh.
It's crazy. Remember like English? I was jealous of. I was jealous because like she scores really high for English. We both score quite high for English. Totally not flexing about the two of us.
Sorry, man. Sorry,
Just
people.
kidding. But we tend to score pretty high for English. And I remember there was like a period of time, like my low self-esteem period, where I would like compare myself to her. I'm like, she's always getting like 1.2 points higher than me. Like, why am I not as good as her? I put so much effort. I love writing so much. I write a lot and I collate vocab and all that shit. Why am I not as good? That kind of stuff, right? Then like after a while, it's like when I got my confidence back finally, I was just kind of like, why was I so upset? Like instead of taking that person as a competitor, right? Like, because it's not a competition, it's just things. It's like, it's not a competition. Instead of like doing that, I was like, why not just go to her, learn from her? Better that way. No point beating yourself up. Might as well just go straight at person. You're not losing dignity doing that. Honestly, worth it to ask for help.
That's why you really need to reach out to others, okay? Like, jealousy is the one thing that will ruin a lot of your opportunities, will ruin a lot of your friendships, a lot of things, okay? The moment you start being jealous, if you handle it well, it's fine. But if it goes out of control, you're gonna lose your own temper very easily. You're gonna think of yourself so low compared to other people, and you won't be happy with yourself. You won't be comfortable with yourself, and it might ruin a lot of your future endeavors. Like, oh, if an opportunity comes up, you're like, oh wait, I can't do it because that person can do it better than me.
Yeah, it makes you give up.
And don't get me started on like let's say attractiveness, beauty, okay? This is something that we all cannot control, okay? We are born with our features, and a lot of them are so unique. The moment you realize that superficial things like the way your face looks, or how big your eyes are, how small your eyes are, the moment you realize that these things are not as important as who you are as a person, you will really be happy with yourself, because you will be comfortable in your own skin, and you'll be able to grow as a better person instead of worrying about your appearance. That's all for social media. Please do not let it cloud you. Social media is a lie.
They craft. Everything's crafted, okay? It's not genuine. Perfection. That's perfection. Nothing's ever perfect, honestly. It sounds like those boomer adults. It's like, why don't you sit down and think about it? They're right. Please hear us out, okay?
We really thought about this very well. Like, okay, our journey this year in 2023 is like a journey of maturing and like actually understanding that some of the things that our teachers and parents say are really like true. It may sound like they're nagging, okay? And honestly, sometimes the way they deliver it makes them sound like they're nagging like hell. But when you sit down and you think about it, when you reflect about it, you realize that they're actually right, okay?
Yeah, they're true. That is just, they're not lying. I mean, they've lived 40 years on this earth, maybe longer. They understand it. They get it.
They understand it, and honestly, if find it in your heart to open your mind and listen to them, okay?
Sometimes not everything they say is true, but you know, these kind of things.
Just open your mind to what they say. If you accept it, you accept it. If you find some truth in it, of course, go ahead and accept it. Yeah, that's all for social media.
Yeah. The next section, student hygiene.
I'm gonna put a disclaimer here. We're not trying to berate anyone. We're not trying to say mean things about anybody.
Yeah.
But hygiene is so important, okay? Yeah. Like, literally cleanse yourself.
Yes, be hygienic. It's also good for your health.
It's also good for your health,
Just a thought.
Please and thank you, okay?
Good for your mental, physical health.
And also, it affects how you interact with other people, like how they will interact with you also.
Yeah.
We're just being real over here, okay?
Okay.
No hate to anyone.
Yeah, so
The basics is to brush your teeth, your shower, okay? That's the basic, okay? But another thing is, okay, manage your appearance, okay? Our schools like have a lot of emphasis on grooming, and sometimes it's a little bit annoying, and some of the standards are a bit too like extreme. But to a certain degree, please keep your grooming well. Like I don't want your hair like right in front of your face like this, okay? Please, this is not flattering at all, okay?
you want to look like that ghost from the TV, right?
Oh yeah, that is not flattering at all.
That is
okay?
not attractive.
I really like it when people style up themselves, but please do not put your hair in front of your face until like it reaches your chin, okay? Until like covers your entire face. I want to see your face, okay? Of course, I'm not saying to go and extremely
pull your hair
grab
back.
all your hair to the back and like show your bald forehead, okay? I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that manage yourself to an acceptable degree that people are able to see your face and like able to see all your expressions basically. Because the moment you are able to maintain an appearance is when people are like, oh, this person has a quite good like grooming, you know. And yeah, that's one of the more important things. Another thing is understand the issues that you face with your body, okay? I don't mean they are like very inherent issues. They are just some stuff that comes with your body, and that's fine.
Correct. Some things just happen. Natural stuff. Not gross. It's not gross. Like, when you all like... What are some things that happen during puberty? Like, sometimes I just don't realize it. It just happens. Like,
okay,
acne.
Acne is one thing, okay? Acne and pimples, they come with puberty. Okay?
Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing is wrong with it. You should be able to accept it as part of your growing process. Another thing is hair growth, okay? It's fine if you grow hair. It's fine if you have a mustache. It's fine,
Yeah.
okay?
Of course, do follow the school rules and, like, period. Like, it's just school rules. Best not to break them. But you know, it's normal growing hair like on your face and everywhere else that hair grows. It's normal. Keep clean, keep washing your like all the hair around everywhere, all this sort of stuff.
With that being said, understanding the issues that your body faces, okay? You have to you gotta accept it, okay? It's part of you. It's completely normal, okay? Of course, people want to do stuff to make them less obvious.
Less obvious.
Yeah, so like that's why we have skincare routines for us teenagers to help manage our hormonal acne and pimples and whatever. Of course, it does not completely reduce it, but it helps us to maintain it, which is much better than letting it go wild on our face. It will make us feel better about ourselves also.
Perfumes, deodorants, these things.
Perfumes, deodorants, these things, right? Yeah, but
Please don't spray too much.
please don't spray
deodorant.
too much. Okay, first of all, identify whether you need to spray it, okay? Because I know some of us, we have body odor. We all have body odor in some way, okay? And some of us maybe more than others, and that's totally fine. It's nothing to be ashamed about. I don't think you want to smell something and realize that it's yourself and then be very embarrassed about it, right? So if you know that you have these concerns, invest in deodorant, invest in some body spray, so that you feel better about yourself and you are more confident in talking to other people because you're not afraid that they might smell you or they might look at your face and think, oh my god, this person isn't taking care of themselves, okay? This is secondary. The people's opinion is secondary. I'm going to emphasize this. It's your confidence that matters the most, okay? Whatever that makes you feel good, you do it, okay? Most importantly, it's keeping yourself well presented.
Yeah.
Hi guys, we're on to the last part of the video and we have dinner with us, okay? This was a whole day process. The filming was a whole day process, okay?
So our reasons.
We had reasons, okay? But we are on to the last part of our video, which is general advice and like, you know, school advice.
Yeah,
just general
friendship.
advice, okay? So like, first thing I would like to say, okay, if you ever have bad experiences, it's fine, it's normal. You cannot prevent bad experiences, and bad experiences are really normal, okay? You can't prevent them at all. This is the second time I'm saying this, but you cannot prevent them. It's gonna happen eventually. It's a test from life, okay? It is a test to see whether you are able to overcome these experiences and grow from them.
Wow.
Because our experiences make us who we are, good or bad, okay?
Preach.
And
So
bad
meaningful.
experiences can be really painful, but at the same time it can make you grow stronger from it, and you should face those head on. You should be confident. You should grow from them.
Yeah.
Okay, you are your best fighter.
Yo! Whoa! Where do you get a quote from?
I don't know.
You just thought it was
Yeah, I thought of it on the spot. I'm so good.
Don't stick around toxic people.
Okay, yeah, don't stick around toxic people.
Please don't.
Find your group of people. In secondary school, this is the most important thing, but it's finding your own people. Okay, primary school, you're too young to understand the concept of toxicity. JC, you have too little time. Poly, you might also be having too little time, and because like a lot of you take different modules or whatever, it's difficult to stick with a group of friends. So secondary school is the place where you find your group of people. So if you find that a friend of yours is really like not giving you the push or the support that you need to go through this difficult period of time, please discard that friend. Discard.
Yeah. You can't just discard them because they're not doing it and you're not doing it either. Like, you should be doing it and then you see that they're not doing it. Then you discard them.
Yeah, you should also, like, okay, before you even embark on this decision, because it's a very important decision for yourself, you have to think about whether you have been doing anything wrong as well, okay? Honestly, a lot of people can't come to terms with the fact that maybe they did something wrong, and it's totally valid. I'm pretty sure you don't want to look at yourself and say, oh, I did something wrong and I'm a horrible person. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to say that to themselves. But the moment you realize that you have been making mistakes and you have been you have to be responsible for something, take the responsibility. That automatically makes you a better person, because you come into terms with your mistakes and you're ready to move on from it.
Change.
Okay? But if in the situation that this friend is not very helpful in you being productive, or is taking away your energy in a negative way, my suggestion is that just move on from the friend. It is fine. You will meet more people that are going to help you and going to support you in a way much better than you think they can. Yeah. And even if this friend is a long time friend, but if it's a friend that has turned toxic, it is still a toxic friend.
Yeah.
So please do not be afraid to help yourself, okay? You have to look out for yourself.
Quote from, I think it was Jaden and mentions, hard pill to swallow.
Hard
You
pill to
are
swallow.
not responsible for anyone's happiness except yours.
Except
your own
yours.
happiness is your own job. You don't need to go and do it for other people. If they won't do it for you and you won't do it for yourself, then you're just gonna, like that.
Because honestly, even if you don't have a big group of friends, you will always find people that are like-minded, believe in the same things as you, and would want to support you everything you do, and you would support them the same way. Now, if you find someone like that, keep them. They are a keeper. Okay? They are going to be one of those people that will stay with you in your darkest times and ensure that no matter what, you will be able to get out safe and sound. Please, if you have any toxic friends, or if you feel that there's someone that you need to cut out in life, do it. This is your sign. Okay?
Yeah.
And if you yourself think that maybe I haven't been the best friend that I can, take this sign to be better than before.
Talk to your friends.
Talk to your friends.
Ask them if you're doing something wrong.
If you don't understand what you're doing wrong, or you don't understand how you have made them feel, you can talk to them. Communication goes a long way, okay? You can only have the best friendships if you're able to comfortably communicate with each other how you feel, even if one of you has hurt the other person. If you really are friends, you will be able to come to terms to everything and reconcile. Yeah. That is all.
Yeah.
Okay? That is all we have.
Is that all we have? That's all we
That's
have.
all we have.
I can't think of any more advice. I've spat everything out.
Enjoy your secondary school life.
Honestly, I don't want to relive it again, but it was cool.
We go through experiences.
It was cool.
It's fine. Also, we have done this video to cope with the fact that we're going to receive our O-level results in 2 weeks' time. So, we are absolutely afraid of that.
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready either.
I don't want my results. Please don't give. It was 2 weeks? Exactly 2 weeks? Or
Not exactly 2 weeks, but like around there.
Okay.
So,
I'm not ready.
we are not ready, but we have to dig into our food. So, bye. Enjoy your food. Yeah, if you're eating. Okay, bye.